it's got to be Leeds v Leicester, hasn't it?
How good is this? So the narrative now, in fact, I'm going to bring the league table up to discuss this. Let me present the three outcomes and what they would mean in terms of our promotion race here. If Leicester go to Leeds and win, and I'll pose this as a question to you that you can answer in a minute, is that good night, Vienna, all done? Leicester confirm that they're going to be the champions as they go back 12 points clear. They would go on Friday night, obviously with Southampton still to play, Ipswich still to play at the weekend. Would that be the headline victory, ending the Leeds winning streak that puts the flag in the ground and says we are the best team in this league and we just proved it? If the game is drawn, do Southampton and Ipswich fans start all getting very excited, saying, look, they've both dropped points, this never happens? If Leeds United win a 9th straight game to equal Leicester's record of early in the season, close the gap to within 6 points, do we, by God, Sam, start having a conversation of, hang on a minute, could Leeds catch the uncatchable machine that is Enzo Maresca's Leicester City? There you go. Hyperbole adieu. Go for it.
Just replay what I said before Leicester against Ipswich. Actually, don't, because I thought it could be on then, didn't I? I don't think it's on anymore. To be quite frank, I think it's probably been, as difficult a period of the season it was going to get for Leicester with injuries and players away and stuff like that. So they've navigated it pretty well. Saturday aside, there's been some good consecutive victories within there. I think the cushion's too good, too strong, too vast. But yeah, I think a point or 3 for Leicester. Absolutely, they are running away into the sunset, already celebrating. So I don't see it changing, even if Leeds were to get maximum points. Is my honest truth. I'd fancy them to do so. Obviously went on, jumped the gun a little bit and spoke about those tough away games they've got coming up. But I think the Leeds fans will still inevitably create a great atmosphere. I think it'll be quite an intimidating place. And they did a real job on Leicester, didn't they, in the corresponding fixture? Played really well. Do you remember the goal scorer? Just had to look it up.
It was Ruta, wasn't it? But from it was bounced down from a set piece, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it. So I think probably the only team that will go to Leeds and dominate the ball, probably. Can't think of too many other teams.
Ipswich went there and tried to attack him and lost 4-0. So
yeah, so that's interesting in itself, isn't it? Tactically, how they set up, do they play slightly cagier, Leicester, and maybe mirror a little bit what Leeds do, and hope that threat of the two wide players in particular could cause them problems. The similarities in that regard, really good wide players, directness. Midfield will be interesting, especially if Ruta is dropping off a little bit. You probably want to get around Harry Winks to a degree. Can Harry Winks dominate the game as he's done, pretty much throughout the season in the majority of the matches? I still think Leicester, maybe partly the reasoning for that defeat at the weekend was just a few little alterations, slightly different role for Dewsbury Hall. Dennis Pratt.
They missed some huge chances and got caught with a bang in the first half. It looked like one of those to me.
Yeah, Dennis Pratt getting a few more games, slightly different kind of personnel around the place. Obviously, Daka's getting a run now down the middle. So they don't look as strong as they did early part of the season, maybe in terms of the names on the team sheet. But I wouldn't be too deterred if I was a Leicester City fan, if I'm coming away with nothing from Elland Road. I think that the job is as good as done. But yeah, going to be a colossal game, and great that it's on a Friday. Looking forward to it.
Very, very much so. And as we're sat here right now, it's first against second. Of course, we'll get into our predictions. Southampton could sneak back past into second if we've got any Southampton fans getting cross with us, suggesting that this is the mighty kind of promotion decider. But remember, the Southampton fans have got to got to wait a while for their trip to Leeds, which we've been talking about virtually all season, happening in round 46. Leicester have slipped up against, I was just kind of thinking about it. They lost to Leeds, didn't they? They've drawn twice against Ipswich. Obviously, they beat Southampton, Sam. I think did you do the game for Talk Sport early in the season?
Yeah, that was the start of the Southampton run.
And it was a bit of a mess, that game, wasn't it? Where Leicester scored after like 15 seconds or something ridiculous and went on and, just got stretched.
Leeds I think Leeds had Cooper in the side that day.
Oh, I'm talking about Southampton-Leicester.
Southampton. I did both those games. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
quick
I thought you did.
succession, wasn't it? Yeah, around about the same time. So that was kind of the end-ish of the Southampton run, bad run. And they were torn apart. Yeah, they were torn apart pretty much down to the inability to play out with cohesion, and Leicester just swarmed all over him, and the second half created a few one-on-ones as well. So yeah, there was a few interesting tussles between the kind of heavyweights during that period of the season, but they look so different now.
Sam, all those teams look so different. Need a signature victory? Because I heard a stat, and it's something ridiculous, like Leicester against the bottom half. I hope I'm not getting this right. I probably will get it wrong. Something like they've got 49 out of 51 points. So they've played like 20 games, drawn 1 and won 19 or something like that. Do they need a signature win? If they can go to Leeds and beat up on them, win by a couple of goals to kind of really solidify this, or does no one care if they score 100 points and win the title?
No one cares, I don't think. Why would you?
No.
Internally, those lads have played like hundreds of games in the Premier League, the vast majority of them, so they're not caring. I think it's great on the night and great for the supporters, I think. But the reality is, when you're kind of turning up at home against Bristol City, there's still a degree of pressure on that, and getting those points are equally important. Not being complacent in the games that people all expect you just to turn up and roll the opposition over, and they've done that so often. Just when you think, "Oh, is this the start of the blip?" No, they put someone to the sword, and I think that's what they'll continue to do, even if it, maybe decreases a little bit that gap, which it may very well do. It will do probably at the tail end of the season when the importance grows for second, third, fourth place, and maybe not for Leicester, because they're as good as done with the title.
Can't wait. Friday night. I'll be watching along, actually. So do come and join me if you're watching that one. We do that right here on this very channel. A massive, massive championship matchup. And like you say, Sam, these heavyweight clashes now, they're running down. Not many left between now and the end of the season. This could be brilliant.